my first guest? Well, it's not easy. He's a writer and performer of comedy. He's an actor, a novelist, playwright, a travel journalist. He's also the very best of company. When asked which luxury he would take with him on desert island discs, John Cleese said, "Michael Palin, please." When told the object had to be inanimate, and Mr. Palin would therefore have to be stuffed, John Cleese said, "That'll do." Ladies and gentlemen, live and unstuffed, Michael Palin. Live and unstuffed.
Yes.
That's the way to be. Now, of all the things that I listed there that you do, and do very well, all of them, a bit of a polymath, really. But the one thing...
Polymath?
Polymath.
Oh, aye, polymath. I've done the dead parrot sketch and all that. Pretty polymath.
Pretty polymath. But what informs all of it is, what I'd be right in saying, from your point of view, and from ours too, watching you, is humour, isn't it?
Yeah, it always creeps in. I mean, I don't think there's a great difference between something that's essentially comic or serious. That people try to make this division. Today I'm going to be serious, today I'm going to be comic. I've never been able to do that. Yeah. Everything I try to do that's serious, the comedy creeps in.
Yes.
And yes, I mean, comedy is something that I've always found the best way of dealing with life's problems, and it's made me a living, so I'm very pleased really with it.
But I mean, you're part of that team that, talking about humour, that created one of the great modern cults of humour, and that was Monty Python. And it's interesting looking at a documentary you made called Comic Roots, in which you interviewed Spike Milligan, one of your great heroes.
Yeah.
And there was a great line that Milligan came out with there. When you asked him, how did it happen that they created, these three men, created the Goons? And he said, "We had a very good summer."
Yeah, it was like a good summer.
Like a good summer. He said, that's it.
It was a lovely remark.
It was a great remark.
I mean, the Goons took a lot out of Spike. He used to say, you know, I love writing them, but it wore me out.
Yes.
And of course, the Goons, to me, represented the most liberating form of humour.
Yes.
When I was young, and there were a lot of very funny people around, but it was the Goons that had developed a different form of humour. They could do things that other people wouldn't risk, you know, like knocking on the door. "Hello, Min, hello, Min. I want to come in. I'll go and get the key." And then there'd be 45 minutes of total silence. This didn't happen on the radio, unless it was just before the national anthem or something like that, you know. You didn't have that kind of silence. So to me as a schoolboy, wanting somehow to sort of have some way of getting at this very sort of solid, serious edifice that was being lowered upon me, this was just a great friend. I felt the Goons were my friends, you know, and I listened to it.
Did you ever get to meet, apart from Spike, did you ever meet Sellers?
No, well, actually, yes, I did once. And it was very funny because I was talking to Spike about it in this Comic Roots. And he asked me just that. And I said, "Oh, yes, I saw Peter Sellers once. I passed him in the passageway at London Weekend." "Very painful," says Spike. Made me feel very foolish.
Good line.
Good line, yeah. But the really embarrassing thing was, of course, I see my hero. What do I say? "Oh, hello, Peter. How are you?" So embarrassing. And that was about it. I never had a chance to go back to that. I've got a normal voice, Peter, honestly.
But again, it's interesting. I mean, if you take them then, they were the forerunners of all of modern comedy, in a sense, weren't they? Everybody owes their debt and allegiance to them.
I suppose so, yes.
It goes back. That was liberating.
They made a kind of breakthrough.
Yeah.
There was, I think, Hancock, Galton.
Yes, but I mean, it started there. But I mean, so Python, therefore, was it the same? A very good summer? Was that what it was?
Yes, what Spike meant, I think, was that there's some moment which it all catches fire. And you don't quite know why it's going to happen, you don't know how long it's going to last, but you just ride it out. And Python, we wrote about, I think, 39 shows in 2.5 years. That was all. And innumerable albums were recorded, we did a book. It was just because everything was bubbling through, and we didn't stop to think about it. It was liberating, it was wonderful, we felt we had the chance to do this. We churned this stuff out. And then, after about 3 series, people start beginning to think, well, is this really funny, or do I want to do it? Or, you know, you lose the freshness, and you lose the impetus, and you lose the momentum.
Yes, it's that golden time you look back on, and what you don't realise at the time is it doesn't go on forever, and you can't reclaim it, can you?
Nor is it golden, actually.
Nor is it
I have
golden?
to say, you
Really?
look at some of the Python shows, and some of them are absolutely awful.
Really?
Some things we did were just totally embarrassing. Whereas it's other little things that you remember being... I'd forgotten all about, for instance, a wonderful silly sketch called The Fish Slapping Dance.
Oh, I love that.
All it was me in you know, sort of shorts, explorer shorts and a pith helmet with John by the side of this canal. And the music plays and I go up to John and I slap him very lightly on the side of the face with these little pilchards. Comedy detail there. Pilchards, they were, yeah. Fried herrings, no laughs. Anyway, pilchards. Music stops, I bow, John gets this great pike. Out from behind his back, swap, knocks me straight into the canal. Now, I only tell this because when we rehearsed it, the canal was full. When we actually filmed it, a boat had gone through, the canal lot was empty. I fell 15 feet. My pith helmet filled with water. I thought I was going to, that was it. I thought I was submerged. What a way to die. I remember thinking, oh, well, my whole life flashed before me, but that was no good.
That's a wonderful sketch, one of my favourite sketches too. Because I mean, the thing about that, it's just silly and absurd. You know what's going to happen, don't you? But you see,
yes.
you laugh at the anticipation.
Yes, it doesn't bear any analysis at all. And I think probably the best humour is like that.